This clip is brought to you by 8 Sleep Mattresses, the temperature-controlled Tesla of beds that automates your sleep. Sleep better and enjoy this clip. What type of detail do you put into an athlete's sleep? Like, do you put a big importance on, okay, you want to try to sleep at the same time each night? Because, you know, some athletes are going to sleep at 10, then some nights 1, and they try to get the same hours.
Yeah, timing is everything. Consistency, I just think in general, consistency matters so much. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is the body gets more stressed, the less consistent it is. So it's a fact, right? The more your life is unpredictable, the more stress you're inherently under because the body doesn't know what's coming. Yeah. And lack of predictability is itself somewhat of a stressor. So consistency is key. Going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, eating the same foods habitually. Like when we were in a training camp, I would say that's one of the biggest things we stressed is we ate the same shit over and over again. The same programming. Like it's very monotonous. And if you look at sports world in general, their training is monotonous as shit. It's boring.
You don't want to surprise like with your stomach bothering you. And
you want to eat the same foods. As soon as we'd go to a new city to train, you know, in the week up to the fight, we'd find the foods we were going to eat. And we'd eat the exact same shit every day. Like you really want predictability in your training and your lifestyle because that breeds less stress in the body, and the body can adapt to the stress of training rather than dealing with all the other shit it has to adapt to. So nutritionally and sleep and everything, the more consistent you can make that, the more you're going to have the ability to adapt to training effectively. You will recover faster just because, like I said, you've got less other new shit to deal with.
And also, I'm just curious about this. When you have athletes that they now go to a different city because they're going to fight, there's probably variability in their sleeping conditions. Yep. So how do you try to have that athlete have like similar temperature, all that type of shit? Do you go that deep into
100%.
it?
100%. I mean, even so far as if you're going to go East Coast, you've got 3 hours, or if you're going to go somewhere else, we start sleeping and shifting our training towards that time zone before we go, about a week out. So we'll start shifting, you know, when the meals are, what time practice is and training, you know, what time the athlete's going to bed and waking up around that time zone change so that when we get there, we can be a little bit closer. Okay. And then as soon as you get there, you want to establish those patterns as fast as you can because you want to get in that routine. Like I said, the biggest thing, like I said, that makes athletes perform worse is the further you travel, right? The more out of your elements you are, the harder it is. Why do Seattle teams suck on the road a lot of times? Because they're traveling from Seattle to New York or Seattle. Like the further you have to go outside your normal area and the further you have to travel and jet lag, it screws you. So the more you can shift yourself before you go, if you have the opportunity, the better.
Go ahead. I was like, just from what you said there, when you look at like the NBA, where there are teams spread across the U.S. and teams have to travel to certain places, do certain teams have an advantageous location?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, do you know which one? Like, do you know like which coast?
Like, I mean, it kind of depends on the divisions you're in, right? Okay. Part of Seattle's problem is their teams they play are far away. So they have to travel down to Texas. They have to travel down to Southern California. They have to travel around quite a bit. If you have a division you play in that's fairly close teams, that's not as big a deal. If you have to travel far away for the divisional opponents, which is who you're going to play most of the time, you know, it's just worse for you. But historically, like you can look at teams, and you know, at least Seattle, so I've looked at the most, but their record in the road is always somewhat shitty, just historically, because it's such a hard thing to do. And I talked to a good friend of mine who's a baseball coach, and he kind of said the same thing. It's like the problem with Seattle is, you know, you're spending so much time far away from, you know, different time zones, and it's hard. It's really hard, especially in baseball. We have 162 games a year. It accumulates.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you liked about it. All right, share this with a friend. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also we are on Reddit and Discord. All that's down below. All our sponsors and everyone that supports us down below there too, so you can get whatever you like from us. All right? Peace.